This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.
Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports, and tonight we have one of my, I like to say my proteges, but she's a dad's protege, Miss Halima Ramsey, who I watched her come out of Lincoln Prep to go to Park University to come back to the community and serve and coach. And today she's got two of her past seniors that are going on to college and other parts of their lives. We're going to just chop it up with them and talk a little bit about where they left high school with Halima coaching them, and where they're at now and where they're trying to go. Halima, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Who do you have here? Who are the student athletes that you have here today?
Okay, I'll start with the youngest. It's Breon Babbles. She is going to be a junior at Missouri Valley. She just finished her 2 years at North Central. And the other one is Breon Gunnels, and she will be a senior at the University of Northern Iowa.
All right. Miss Babbles.
Yes.
Well, what I want to talk to you about, I want you to run it down to me when you first started playing ball. Not necessarily for Halima, the first inclinations you wanted to do this thing for real. And I want you to talk about some of the coaches that help you build your skill set to where you were playing in high school and now you're in college.
Well, it all started with my auntie, Trinae. She played, and I feel like at first it wasn't for me. I didn't feel like it was for me, but
what age? So our viewers know what age group you.
I was probably 8, 9. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I seen that she was playing, but I didn't think it was for me, so I just never gave it a try until it was about 10th grade year that this girl had came up to me and she was like, "You're really tall, you should try out." So I'm like, okay, cool. That's when I met Coach Halima and Coach Ramsey. And I was like, wow, yeah, I think I need to get onto this. Like, it was easy. And the coaches that really inspired me is, of course, Coach Halima and Coach Ramsey. They really pushed me and motivated me to go very far. And Coach Croy and Coach Leslie, you know, they helped out tremendously with my actual first year in college. They helped, and I just, you know, continue to go from there.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated high school 2018 and college this year. Well, technically this year.
All right. Give me what your last year in high school was like. First of all, had you played? Oh, you start playing in 10th grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What was your high school year like? Your senior year. Not just on the court. What was going on off the court with you?
Well, off the court, I was, you know, making friends, trying to make friends. I was an outsider. I didn't really like a group of friends, but I ended up with a group of friends my senior year. On court, you know, adorable, my fave. Nah, it's fun. But nah, she was really, she helped a lot as well, being the captain and stuff like that with that. So yeah, we had fun.
Did you have goals that you wanted to reach as a senior? And did you reach them, or how serious were you about the sport?
I was serious because I wanted to go far out of high school with it. So it was serious. The goals that I had, I didn't really reach them my senior year as I wanted to, but I think I did around this time, about my last year at college.
All right. And you were able to do that. Wasn't that a real learning process, learning who you are, learning what is a priority, and
Yeah.
and that it's not going to come by osmosis. I'm just not going to make this happen. That I be wanting to lose this stomach by osmosis, but I keep putting jelly rolls in and hoping something's going to change, but it's not going to change unless you change it and change your behavior. So run it on down your freshman year. Did you play freshman?
Yes.
All right. What was that like? And from Halima's style and Coach Ramsey's style of coaching, how was your new coach and your new environment different? And how did you cope with that?
I mean, you always got to learn how to, when change comes, you have to be ready for it. It was very different. It was more, I'm not going to say more active, but it was like more like you got to push your limit. You got to push. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. No matter how tired you get, you got to go. You got to go. If you want to be number one, you got to go. So it was like I was basically the number one, basically how my coach explained it. And she really needed me that year. But
to produce.
I mean, yes, very. But it was like you have to be 50-50 on and off the court and with your teammates. And I think we was there with each other. But, yeah.
Boy, you know what? That's what this whole thing is about, so that some other young athletes can look at what you're saying. You've been there. You know, I tell them about how I was in high school in the 60s. They be like, man, what are you talking about? They're not even listening. But you're so close to, you're close to the high school ear, but you're moving a little forward now in your thinking. And, you know, when one says, are you a student of the game? Everybody, yeah, I'm a student of the game. Don't know nothing about the damn game. Except for give me the ball and let me shoot. What was that real awakening for you when you really said, I got to get a plan together? Not just for sports, but the academic side and the social side, because I think you were looking to be validated from what you're saying and making new friends.
Well, like in college, I asked a lot of people around, like, how is the college life that I knew who went? And they said, you just got to like fit in. You just got to try to get out there. You can't just be an outsider. You got to get in, especially with teammates. You got to, you know, meet them outside of the court, and you just got to, you know, keep going. But I mean, I ended up doing very well for my freshman year of actually getting outside of my box of being shy and all that. It really came easy at that point.
Did you call coach back any? Get some advice?
Yeah, we texted a few times. She asked how was it. I was a little nervous for my freshman year, but I think I did pretty good. Yeah.
And where'd you go to school?
North Central Missouri College.
Oh, well, that's not bad. You know, this is what I try to tell the athletes now. I recommend all our top athletes go to HBCUs because that gives you a whole different college experience. And you don't have to be trying to fit in. You fit in because everybody come from the same background and they all look like you. And when a Negro get on your nerves, you tell them on my nerves. And those other environments, you walk in somewhat a tightrope. You really got to try to fit in to keep the team chemistry, if nothing else. So tell me about what was so different about the Ramsey style and your new coach. I'm interested in that.
Well, Coach Ramsey, I don't think nobody can top that man. Like he's his work. I ain't gonna say that. His work, the way he pushes you, it's like, yeah, you better do it or get out right now. With
Right. I
Coach
like
Croy,
that.
with Coach Croy, it was like it was not the same. It was more like if you gonna do what you do, then do it. But don't waste my time with your type. But yeah, it was. I think I prefer Coach Ramsey's over Coach Croy's. But yeah.
Nah, because you was just spoiled, that's all. But yeah, they had just spoiled you and nurtured you
Yeah,
and what
that's
have
probably what
you.
it was.
And that's what I talk to a lot of players about, that you might have 4 or 5 coaches if you really in the sport deep, and each coach you just like a piece on the chessboard, and uh, you can't let how their coaching style affects your game, because each one of them coaches expecting you to perform no matter what, and interested in that. So you being let's go into you being a big time senior. Uh, what was your last season like?
Last season, the last season, I feel like it went fast. Like I would have never thought it would go that fast, and it was fun. It was really fun. I enjoyed it.
Any
Over
accolades?
my what's that?
Any
What you talking about?
accolades for you?
Like awards. Did you get any
Oh
awards?
no, I ain't getting none of that. Nah,
They
not
didn't.
this
They
year.
didn't. They didn't show you how much they appreciated your toil.
Nah, they ain't give me the red carpet. Nah, they ain't
All
get that.
right. Tell me this. How did you feel about that? Where did you rank yourself on that team? And I'm saying, be as honest as you can with us.
We want to know.
I say rank. I say top 3.
You was in top 3.
Yeah.
Halima, what you know about it?
No, I would agree with her. I know her coaches, they were really excited about her growth over the 2 years. And one of them even asked if she could stay a 3rd year. But we have to move on to bigger and better. So I do agree she was a leader for her team. And as her high school coach, watching her grow and stuff, I was proud of her as well, because she did grow and find her voice and improve her game a lot too. So
You proud of her?
I am.
I like that. Halima, what's it like to see young ladies come into their own, so to speak? You.
It's rewarding, I should say. It's also like a reminder to me, like to do, to keep going and to come into my own as a person and as a coach too. But watching both of them, because both of them were extremely quiet. In high school, we have some stories about car rides and stuff like that where they couldn't talk.
Oh no.
Them both come and become leaders of their teams and be able to communicate with their current coaches, and even be able to come back and share stories with the high school girls is really a good thing to see, I guess.
That's really an important per se. A lot of high school ballers don't understand. They think if I'm not in the NBA, I shouldn't, or played overseas. But it's really good to come back, and obviously you girls got that feeling to your high school coach, the team, talk to the team, because you were in that situation. Before we go to Bree, I want to ask you, Babbles, what kind of counsel would you give a young freshman in high school, what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing if they plan to be successful?
I'll say don't come in there thinking you about to be number one. Don't get too cocky. Everything is not gonna work your way. Some things you gotta change. Cause I had to change my basketball way a lot, and I didn't like it. But at the same time, it works. It works tremendously for you. And don't be an outsider. It's like literally you gotta get in there if you want to be seen. You gotta get yourself out there.
That's great advice, David.
Thank you.
Hey, Bree,
Mm-hmm.
you. All I need to say to you is run it down. You should know the program. Run it on down from the time you first started playing the sport, and give the coaches and everybody their props.
So I started organizing. Well, I was playing outside with the kids, of course, and I was scared to get on the team until I think it was 4th grade. And at the time, I was going to
name the teams and things so that the people know where you was at. You just wasn't out in the dirt playing. And I want to know, was you playing with the boys also?
Before I played organized,
Yeah. But they need to know.
My first team, I think, was the Lady Ballers, small AAU team that was just starting out. But I was in 4th grade, and they didn't have a 4th grade team at the time. So I was playing with 5th and 6th graders, so I wasn't really playing a lot. And then I was like,
what's your position you play?
Right now I'm like small forward, power forward right now.
How tall are you?
About 6 foot.
About 6 foot. You trying to be? You know you 5'9", girl.
I'm they give me inches on the roster.
Yeah. All right, we giving you 6 and change. We're gonna give you 6 and change.
Yeah, I take it.
Go ahead.
So after that, I think I played for Lady Ballers until probably like 6th or 7th grade, and then I played for the NCAA Airs for a couple years. And
Who's
then
coaches, or can you even remember?
Well, my mom was my coach for a little while.
Your mother, what part of sports has she played?
She also played basketball. She coaches at Kaufman now.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. I probably know your mom because I did some interviews at Kaufman this year.
I think she did interview with you this year.
Yeah, all right.
Besides her, Coach Erica Burton was my very first coach.
What did you learn
Coach
from
Roger?
Erica? Or did you learn anything?
Well, I was young, but I think at that time it was more so like, dang, why am I not playing?
Right.
But she kind of gave me that. She kind of gave me the motivation to like want to work a little harder to figure out how I can play. If I had to pick something that she did teach me, that was kind of like, I'm not playing, so how can I play?
Until you get your skill set right.
Right, and that's how it is everywhere. So I had to learn that early.
And then who was your second coach? You said.
My mom was my second coach around like 6th and 7th grade.
What was she teaching you?
Well, probably everything.
Listen.
She, if I had to say like what she helped me with, was probably everything from like the first thing I would say is my shot form and footwork on my shot. And then as I got older, it was more so like the mental aspect of the game, understanding that like my mental is bigger than what I can physically do. So understanding that, I think, as I got older, is the main thing that she taught me. And then to watch the game, too, is something that she always reminded me to do. And, like, study people who work hard and who are good at what they do.
Yeah, well, you know what? The same thing. All of y'all go through the same things as Babbles was saying about really figuring it out, who she is, where she's going, and all that. And you just stated that as I got older, I could see a little more what she was saying than when you were in that specific space. So tell me what you was doing over there at the Knights, Southeast, with the Blue Knights. That's what y'all call yourselves?
Who?
Over there at Southeast High School.
No, Blue Knights is Kaufman.
The Blue Knights is Kaufman? What is Southeast?
just a night. They tried to steal our name. It's okay though.
Oh, all right. I thought, you know what? I thought it was and my son went up there to Southeast, and my ex was out of Southeast. So what was you doing up there? Was you raising any hell when you was on the floor? Or what was you doing? Or did you have fence?
I think so. Yeah. Well, I came into. Well, it wasn't Southeast my freshman year.
Where'd you go?
It wasn't Southeast. Huh?
Where'd you go?
Well, it was AC Prep before that. So it originally it turned into Southeast eventually. But
back to
when I came my freshman year, it was like an older team. It was probably like 6 or 7 seniors, and so it was kind of like I was coming into something that had been a certain way for so long.
Who was the coach?
And I think Coach Hillary Walker was a coach.
All right.
And I think it was weird for them because it was like this little freshman girl came in and she started and she's scoring all the – so it was hard like off the court. Yeah.
What kind of confidence did you have? I was talking to some ballers yesterday, and the young girl for St. Teresa, she started from her freshman year with upperclassmen, and she wasn't as confident as her play per se. And in these interviews, I like for you to lay it out what your psychological thinking was when you come on the team and you got older players and you want to get yours off. How was that for you mentally?
Starting out, I knew the girls were older, so that was scary to like see. Like I've never played high school basketball. I don't know. They played, even if I'm better or they're better, whatever. They have the experience, and I had to. I think my confidence really came after the first game. Like I had a really good first game, so I was like, okay, I can do this. And then I think after a while, it was less division. It wasn't like she's the freshman, we're the seniors. It was like we're a team, and I can help you, you can help me.
Would you go to?
Huh?
Would you go to when it's time? Everybody, could they come to you, baby? And
out the gate, I don't think they did until it was kind of like we got that team chemistry off the court.
What about when you turned sophomore? What was the difference in your play, your confidence, and how your teammates seen you?
So after that year, all the seniors from my freshman year had left, so I was still young, but then I was turning into, one of the top players
on the team,
a leader. Yeah, so it was like quick. It was a quick change. My confidence came. I think it was more so by example. I wasn't ready to be vocal just yet. It came by like I'd rather do it and show you than huddle everybody up.
So
that
you
came.
You did have a mind concept. See, because it just depends. Some players, well, I'm balling out of control, but they're not really trying to be leaders, even though their actions are. But having a mindset saying, I'm going to be a leader on this team. I don't have to be the captain, but I'm going to be the glue. The more you learn about what the game's about, the more you know it's about team, and you can't build team if you're not in the right frame of mind.
Right,
everybody's nodding, so I must have hit something on that. So what was that like, you being a sophomore and now having to take another role? And did the coach look for you to take that role?
I think people expected the more vocal role, and I wasn't ready for that. But I think, just like you said, like not everybody is not the best player is going to be the most vocal or the captain. So I had to figure out, do I just want to be the best player and kind of let everybody float and we all doing our own thing, or do I want to be the best player and like bring everybody together? So I kind of had to get outside myself a little bit, but that came more so my junior year. But sophomore year, I think the coaches expected it.
Let's run that junior year down. What was your frame of mind when you first stepped that first practice? And you had already went over everything you wanted to do before practice, and what was that like?
I think that year I was, besides I would say I was more excited junior year because that year I was like, I knew that I was picking a college, and I knew that like I had a lot of popularity from my last couple of seasons. So my confidence started like right away. Besides the other 2 years when it kind of came over time.
When did you start coaching them?
We got there Bree's sophomore year.
Oh, all right. So when she was a junior, she was under you and Pop's tutelage.
Yes.
Oh, all right. So, Bree, how did you like that change? See, you didn't tell me that the coaches changed by then. All right. How did you like that change? And what was the difference in that change?
Well, originally when Coach Walker let us know she was leaving, I was upset because I'm like, dang, like I'm the type of person that I like to be comfortable, and once I'm used to it, it is what it is. So knowing that we had a new coach, I didn't know like what it would be like, but I knew Coach Lima before that, so it was kind of like, well, it's a new coach, but I know her, so at least I kind of know what it would be like a little bit. And then once they came, it was probably like, oh, this is probably the better option.
I'm saying that's coaching philosophy. Some coaches, they be all about defense, and they be all about a fast break or whatever. Right. And then some coaches just be X's and O's, and you as a player keeping your psychological mind straight as want to be a leader, want to be a team, want to fit in where I'm supposed to fit in is hard. And then with the external things that you have in life that go on off the court, how was you handling your academics?
I definitely put that on the forefront because I knew it was important going to college. And at the end of the day, basketball won't be there forever. So I had to make sure that was taken care of first and foremost.
Hey, Coach, I'm putting you on the hot seat. What was Coach, both of y'all, what was Coach saying about some academics while you was under her care? What was she saying, or was she saying anything?
They were good students though, so it wasn't a whole lot to say.
Well, there's always, to me, because Cascade Sports is home to student athlete. It's always with the kids, letting them know that those academics come before everything. Yeah. Because a lot of times when you have the talent, it's like you the teacher's pet until you don't be the teacher's pet no more. And then you wake up and you realize, damn, I'm just another person out here.
No, nobody is no teacher's pet.
Yeah, well,
they supposed to do. And both of them got into college, and that's all we asked. But let Bree tell you about her senior year.
Yeah, run it down.
My senior year, that was by far the best year. Not only for me personally, but us as a team. I think the last couple of years we had like got to a certain spot and we just couldn't pass it. And then finally, my senior year, we kind of got it together and were able to get closer to the overall goal.
Yeah. What was that like for the team, and what was that like for both the Ramseys? Because I think that's the year that y'all Southeast really did well, I think. Yeah. Or am I wrong, Halima?
We made it to the game before state, and we actually only lost that game by, I think, 3 points. It might be maybe 1 point. I can't really remember. But and actually that's the game, that same game is the game that Breon was recruited from. I don't know if she knows that. But her we were playing Trenton High School, and her coach's husband was there and told her she needs to come check this kid out. And so that's how she was recruited. And just since we're talking about recruitment, one of my high school teammates was the one who discovered Bree. And she came that season as well to recruit Bree. So.
Girls, Halima's daddy put on this exposure camp. and I don't know whether they participated last year by any chance. And the exposure camp, and I think 7 girls got scholarships out of that. That was something that was really unique here in Kansas City, and you didn't have to pay anything. I think they had about 30 girls and about 30 boys. You get a minute, go to Cascade Sports and put City of Fountain Coaches Association in, and you'll see we filmed the whole thing, and we filmed interviews with the girls and their play. And it's nothing like having hometown, like you two young ladies be successful and especially coming out of the KCP school district and being guided somewhat by people that look like you and have your interests at heart. Bree, who was
let Bree talk about her experience in college, because she plays Division I, which is a different experience from what Debrianna has.
You run it down. Hey, Coach, you put me on my P's and Q's. Hey, Bree, run it down, because I didn't know that where she's at is a Division I. It's all basketball to me.
I just want everybody to know Division I. She came out these high school.
That's what you're supposed to let them know. Hey,
let them know.
We making things happen around here.
Right. So
hey,
go ahead,
bring that down. Because at that camp, y'all had those high school girls scrimmaging with those college girls that were looking for 2 more years. And when we interviewed them time after time, when they was asking them, well, what was the difference? They were saying, man, the game was sped up, so it was much, much faster than their high school pace. And they was having trouble dealing with that. And then bringing the conversation full circle, Division II, Division III, and Division I, they have a whole different pace than the Division I. Division I school, you on full blast, like the total time you on the court.
Yeah, let her tell us about it.
So going into my freshman year, that was my biggest problem. Like you just said, I was trying to get used to the speed of it. People were bigger, faster. And then I was amongst people who were just as good, if not better than I was. And in high school, it wasn't that case. I kind of came in as the star right away. And so now I'm like I went from within the matter of 6-7 months, I went from having the ball in my hands and having to play a lot to, we really don't need you right now. We got, 2 or 3 people who have been here, and not that they're better, but they have the experience and a better understanding of the system. And I wasn't used to so many plays, and I've learned so much. I thought I knew basketball, but hearing Coach Warren talk to me and watching film and how it's broken down is so different. And I wish that I had that understanding in high school, because I was a star, I guess, but I would have been totally different, because the mental aspect is different. Yeah, I would have been, it just not even the ability, just the movements and where to be at certain times. I wish I would have understood that better. But
you remember what I said earlier about, I've always asked the high school kids, are you a student of the game? And the first thing they wanted, yeah, I'm a student of the game. What you talking about now, you really become a student of the game, as you said. Coach explained, and if you had that knowledge, you'd have done way better in high school. I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So run that freshman year to where you at now. Run next year down. What was that like?
My freshman year, I didn't play very much, because that was my setback, not understanding the system and having to figure out what it's like to play at that level. And then going into I was super motivated that summer going into my sophomore year, because I'm okay, I didn't play a lot, but I understand, I know what I'm getting into. And I came into my sophomore year, crept into the starting lineup by non-conference or once conference started. And I was okay, I can do, I immediately established myself as a rebounder and defender.
Are you rough and ready or silky smooth?
I think I'm both.
All right.
I think like I said, my sophomore year was like, okay, I'm rebounding, defending, and then last year was kind of like I'm doing everything. So now it's not just 5
What's the
points
best
and
part of your
10
game?
rebounds. I think the best part, I think my versatility, being able to play and defend multiple positions.
On a 1 to 10, what kind of handles you got?
I think I have pretty good handles for as tall as for my position. But I would say 1 to 10, I would say 8.
You got a crossover. What you working with, girl?
I think I got a little bit of everything.
A little bit
especially
of everything.
for a big or a power forward.
All right. Well, power. Then my next thing was, we got a saying over here at Cascade Sports. You going hard in the paint, or what you doing? You tiptoeing through the tulips.
I think I'm not a back to the basket type of player. I think I'm more so if I get to the rim, it's off the dribble, or if I shoot, it's more of a set shot. It's not like too crazy off the dribble shoot. It's more so set shot, mid range, 3-pointer, and then get to the rim off the dribble.
Hey, Babbles, what kind of setup as it relates to your gameplay? Do you back down to the basket, or do you face up to the basket?
I would say I face up. I do.
A guy out of DC, I hadn't even realized that the game had really passed me by, that you don't have people backing up into the basket no more. The big people, they facing up, shooting that jump shot right in your face. What kind of handles do you have, Babbles, on a 1 to 10? I know you got a 5.
I say a 5.
Yeah, I know that's what it is.
I am a little rusty, but I would say at least a 6, 7. You a 5 though?
It's Christmas in July. All right, we're giving you a 6. What is the best part of your game?
I'm a mid-range shooter, so if you let me in any area of the paint, I'm taking it. On
a 1 to 10, what kind of shot is that?
An 8.
She got an 8. Hey, Halima, man, don't let them pull my chain now.
Oh, they telling you the truth. That's the thing.
All right, the truth is all the truth. We going Trumpism.
No, they telling the truth. Both of them are very versatile players, and actually, this is some of the stuff that their coaches and I discussed when they were being recruited. How versatile they were. They got a lot of length on them, stuff like that. They can shoot the mid range. They can post up. I mean, I think we did a good job at Southeast with these kids.
Yeah, hold it. Y'all specialize in that. And you've been doing this, 15 years or more.
Yeah.
I'm saying because you was doing this when you was even in high school coaching. Yeah. Hey, Bree. So how does this virus stuff affect your training and what's going on with you?
I think the virus really, it makes you think like, you can easily say, well, everything's closed. I don't have nowhere to work out, and it's easy to just not do it. So it kind of it questions like how hungry you really are. Like, are you going to figure out a way to do it, or are you going to let like the circumstances be the reason why you don't
the
get
jelly
better?
roll kid. That's what it comes down to. Do you got the willpower to do what you know needs to be done, or do you just want to sit back and chill?
Yep, true.
I struggle with that on another level. Y'all are athletes, but see, you still got everything in front of you. Where do you think your school's gonna be at on this season, or is there gonna be a season? What's your thought on that?
As right now, there will be a season. I'm not sure. Like, will it be fans or will it be? I mean, there's been rumors of like only conference, and we start like later, like in January around the time conference will start. There's been talks of starting regular time but no fans. There's been talks of maybe not this season.
Things going.
Yeah,
Tell me this.
I don't know.
How and this is on both of y'all. You can go first, Bree. How proud are your parents of you and what you've accomplished?
Oh man, I don't even think I understand how proud they are, but I think like it's easy to set goals when you actually accomplish it and people have seen the journey from top to bottom, even when you might not have saw what you could do. I think it's like to hear stories about like when they first saw me playing basketball to now. I think it's like, wow, especially my mom. You can't tell her nothing about me now.
You can't tell Coach nothing about you if you can't tell that.
Man.
Yeah.
I know for a fact though, both of their parents are proud of them. We talk on a regular basis, and both of their parents express great excitement and joy for them when they talk about them. So.
How about you, Babbles?
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
I know you tripping out. How do you feel your parents feel about your success?
Well, I think they really enjoy it. Like, I'm first generation literally in my family, so I know that comes with a huge stamp. And I feel like that put me on a big pedestal, and I feel like they love it. They love it a lot.
You feel pressure?
A lot.
You Bree, do you feel pressure?
I don't, to be honest, no.
All right. But y'all in different situations.
Right.
Bree used to feel pressure, but she doesn't anymore.
Yeah, I used to. Probably in high school or probably going into like my sophomore year or my freshman year when I didn't play, probably.
Well, when I say the type of pressure I was talking about on families' expectations, that's what I was saying to Babbles, that that type of pressure is different from being on the court pressure and what people's expectations of you trying to live somewhat vicariously through you. You know, when my kid is doing good, I'm doing good.
But she has done really good because even though she was struggling with that math class, she finished, she graduated. And so she's doing good.
That's what's up. So in wrapping up, Babbles, what would be some of your closing statements that you would want our viewership to know, your friends, and if you want to shout out to anybody, go ahead and let's make that happen now.
Closing statement, I would just say, if you love the game, continue to play it. If you want to go far with it, go as far as you can with it. And any shout outs, just shout out to family, friends, and coaches, of course, for bringing me as far as now.
All right. Hey, Bree.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's up.
Closing statements, I would say, if there's any young players or even people my age watching this, I would say, first of all, don't let other people like dictate your experience. Like, go into everything with an open mind and just work hard. I think everybody says that, but truly working hard will get you whatever you want at the end of the day. And especially when you're young, don't get too caught up in the hype. Going to college in general is a big deal, no matter what level. And just believe in yourself. At the end of the day, I've seen people like do things they didn't think they could do without a support system. So as long as you believe in you, I think that's all that you need at the end of the day. But shout out, I would like to shout out like my family, friends, even people I don't know who support me, who wish me well. I appreciate everybody.
All right. Hey, Coach, what you talking about? What you talking about? Let me get some ebonics up in here.
I don't know what to say. You know, like both of them, I think they gave some good advice to the up and coming players. I I know that both of them, their families are involved in helping them on their journey. But I think, like they both said, as long as you believe in yourself, and that was a journey, part of their journey to get into where they are. So that is an honest statement. If you believe in yourself, you put the work in, then you can reach all your goals.
Hey, Coach, so what's it going to be looking like for Southeast this upcoming season? Before we get off there, I want to talk a little bit about that and who we might want to be keeping an eye on.
Yeah, I want to hear about this.
Actually, I pray to God that we have a season this year, because we should have a really good team. We got some transfers in. I'm not giving away all my stuff.
All right.
We got some transfers in last year who played really well. And just like when Bree and Debrianna was on the team, they're learning how to gel with each other and play together and stuff like that. We got a couple of freshmen who came in who were really talented. So we should have a good season this year. I'm looking for a trip to state, hopefully. We messed up last year, but I think that the girls understand. So we should be well on our way to doing good things this year.
How do you feel about your coaching career?
My coaching career, I think it's going okay. I enjoy working with the high school girls. I do want to eventually move forward and maybe try a higher level. So I guess in due time.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that coaching ladder, I've had so many coaches on, and we talked about what it takes to wind up getting these head coaching jobs, and how long a lot of coaches coached and wasn't even being paid for years, and then got assistant coach pay, and then years and years, and then got a head coach. A lot of people don't realize what that track is like, just like the kids, the track from high school to college.
Yeah, it's not a high-paying job by far, unless you are like Division I, and all of them don't make the same amount of money. But it is hard work. I have been on the college level briefly before, so it does take work. It's an adjustment as well, because college demands so much more from the coaches. So it is a true journey in itself.
I was saying to the coach the other night, I was like, coaching don't even pay, and when they do pay, you wind up having to spend half that on your team. Because
it's true.
I know how when I was running with your dad every day, our kids in the urban core don't have a whole lot. And if you're traveling or you're doing this and doing that, the kid might not have. And so coach you don't have to, but coaches, they come up with the extra finances out their own pocket to see to it, to try to level a little playing field within their own house.
But I believe if you invest in the kids, then they put out more for you. So if you invest in them, then you get players like Debrianna and Bree. If you take your time and do what they require of you, then you get a better person, a better athlete.
All right. In closing, ladies, as I always say in closing, when you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. Good night.
The program is brought to you by the Kansas City Business Association.